Wow, what a lesson and what an assignment. My name is Dontel Brown, and I'm going to talk about the concepts of identity and perception and the role they played in the failed interpersonal communication experience I had with my Spanish high school teacher. In Ohio, 2 years of a foreign language is required to graduate high school, and my counselor suggested that I take Spanish. Um, my Spanish teacher, I took Spanish in the ninth and the 10th grade. My Spanish teacher, Senior Stewart, resembled the Grits to me. I am a freshman. I'm in a new high school. I'm ready to go. Social comparison and generalized others played a big part in the mindset at that time. At the age of 13, life was about reflected appraisal of peers, and in 1994, in the urban community of Cleveland, Ohio, we had not decided that Spanish was something that we would need or know. Our schools were classified by the location, and since I was in the inner city, my school requiring Spanish was a big deal to the students and the adults. It was an irritant for the students because this is not something that we seen every day. And we did not feel like we needed to speak Spanish to communicate because, again, we didn't see those people every day. So it was just another stupid challenge, a stupid change adults made to set us off. I often heard my parents saying they came over here and we need to learn their language to be able to communicate with them. That's the social comparison. Um, I'm going to get right into my contribution and the cause and the effects of the negative communication experience I had. I began to act out as soon as I got into the class. His name was Senior Stewart. That's just how he was to me, Senior Stewart. My eyes saw the Grinch, my ears heard Mr. Garrison from South Park. Okay. The reflected appraisal had me confident I was too cool for Spanish, and I would get more attention if I mocked the Spanish teacher and I cut up. I was able to make it halfway through the year before it began to take a toll on him. So now he would go back and forth with me, and it made it even more fun to me. Eventually, it came to pass um, because I come to class and my seat is in the hallway. My desk is in the hallway with my work on it. So now I I'm sorry, I lost my words. So now my desk is in the hallway, and Senior Stewart had had enough. So he attempted to pour into me by letting me know the world was evolving, and even if it was something that I wasn't going to use every day, it was something that would be great to know. So I should try to get something out of it. I missed the direct definition he was trying to give me by me acting out. I choose to retain the Spanish words and phrases that weren't really good. This is an example of Senior Stewart trying to define me as more than a malas palabras until he got fired up. Senior Stewart would often use those cussing moments and the point that the world is evolving and that Spanish will be critical in the communication in the future. He reinforced that learning profanity I could learn. He reinforced to me that learning profanity meant that I could learn Spanish, but I was choosing not to. Fast forward to now, imagine how humored I was to be working at a how imagine how humored I was by Jared's conception that perception is reality. I was that guy to Senior Stewart. And by the end of the next year, I repeated his. By the end of the year, the next year, I had to repeat his class and found my desk in the hallway on the first day of school. As the lesson discusses concepts of who I am being shaped by the people who taught me, rules, standards of living, identity scripts, then those who taught me how to react, caregivers, um, and the society generalized others, I realized they taught their perceptions. I came into the lesson, the unsuspecting villain referenced in Sean Tiffy's video, Mind the Gap Between the Perception and the Reality. My last job, I was a security guard at a facility where 90% of the employees were non-speaking Hispanics. I, I knew enough to communicate, but I really wish I had understood more. I could argue that my reality was clouded by the caregiver's perceptions, but I feel embraced and absurd being in school at 42 and loving it. No one could have told me 20 or even 10 years ago that I would want to be a woof wah wah.